Compassion is about working on empathy, but also recognizing that other people are like me and they too are suffering and they too want to be happy, and how can I find those connections?
Living here in Hawaii and with the different ethnic backgrounds that a lot of us come from, I think we're kind of raised in the idea that we understand people, that we're more accepting of people. And again, it is that concept of aloha. You know, when you have aloha from someone, you accept them for who they are.
Students are living a philosophy. It's not something that they're just reading about. They're actually trying to figure out how all of this fits into who they are. And once they figure out who they are and how they're connected to this idea of peace and compassion and love and thinking, then they can't help but impact others. It's going to be a snowball effect.
We were particularly interested in having the Pillars of Peace program focus on young people, because right now in this day and age, for kids who are reading the paper or trying to understand their place in the world, it can be a pretty unsettling place. So we thought having the Dalai Lama go to Kailua High School and have a chance to talk to the students one-on-one would be a great opportunity to be able to send his message of hope and send his message of perseverance for the kids in the school. We looked at all the schools on Oahu and wanted to find the school that we felt best embodied the spirit about peace, compassion, and tolerance. When we found out what Francine Honda and her team at Kailua High School have been doing, what Amber Macchiao and Chad Miller have been doing, they've been pioneering methods of teaching to try to help the students understand that the differences they may have, at least in appearances, are nothing compared to what they share in common.
How many of you, show of hands, have ever heard of the Dalai Lama? Okay, he's an international man of peace. This guy's known all around the world. He's known for what he's done. He actually won the Nobel Peace Prize for his nonviolent struggle to try to liberate Tibet. His message is peace, nonviolence, this idea of interreligious understanding, trying to understand one another, things that we're doing here at Kailua High School. And this universal responsibility.
There's 225 kids in there who are given tweets from the Dalai Lama, and they are asked to form questions. And they're just not any questions. They were supposed to be philosophical in nature, things that they really wondered about. There was no bashfulness to it. They weren't embarrassed by their questions. And I think that really comes with this notion of what's been happening at Kailua High School is there's this pervading idea of intellectual safety in the classroom.
You will vote next PTP class on which question will get submitted to the Dalai Lama when he's speaking at the university. Awesome job.
And what that means is basically that I don't have to worry about anything that I say, because everything that I say is going to be taken seriously by my peers, and it's going to be seen without judgment. So I can take intellectual risks, I can ask questions, I can put out my own experiences, and whatever I say, I'm not going to get laughed at.
Do you think with your mind, or do you act upon your heart? It's like, which is better? Because a lot of impulsive decisions made upon your feelings can get you into some sticky situations.
We said that everything is an idea unless it's acted upon. So I think that peace is the same thing, but that it has too many variables in it for it to go right the first time.
Because they felt intellectually safe, they are able to take those tweets and formulate these questions that are absolutely amazing. And that's something that we've been able to cultivate since they were in 9th grade to by the time they got to seniors. They were just comfortable in doing that. It wasn't even a big deal. When I asked them, this is exactly what we're doing, they knew already. Any philosopher would look at one of those and just be stunned by it.
The whole premise of ethnic studies in Kailua High School is about nonviolence. And when we look at a lot of the Dalai Lama's teachings, compassion is connected to nonviolence, which is one of the fundamental aspects of philosophy for children. So what you did at the end of class is you started thinking about, well, now that we know all of this, what do you want to talk about with your classmates that relates to violence in our community and what the Dalai Lama has to teach us? So when we use philosophy for children to teach ethnic studies, we are engaging in a lot of dialogue with one another about really complex issues related to race and ethnicity and discrimination and marginalization. But they get to talk about it with their peers and listen to one another and learn from each other versus just having a teacher at the front of the room that's telling them about the histories of these groups.
Kind of assume that
still be compassionate towards others, even though some are not compassionate towards us.
My question is, can I assume that by the Dalai Lama coming to our school, it will change the way we act towards each other?
What are the reasons societies are unwilling to give up part of themselves in order to settle an argument peacefully?
They're doing it in an intellectually safe environment where they feel like they can really share deeper things that are important to one another, and so what it does is it helps to build tolerance between students. And we're being very conscious about it and saying, we want to work on tolerance and prejudice reduction and promoting a culture of peace.
The quilt is a representation of, we want to give a gift to people who come here. But I think what it is, it's getting our students to think about peace and compassion and the Dalai Lama's message in metaphorical ways, because each patch is going to have a symbolic image of how we see his message. And that quilt is really going to be something that we're going to give to him, saying that, hey, we're taking this seriously. This isn't just something that we're doing. We're actually living this message.
Building peace on the foundation of aloha is about taking the notion of aloha and starting with yourself. Having the Dalai Lama visit is that next step up. To make the school, first of all, to make the students at the school feel very proud and honored by the fact that His Holiness is coming to visit their school. And he's coming there because they've done such a great job. Our hope is that his visit to Hawaii will help him see that in the world there are places like Hawaii where people of different races and religious beliefs and cultural traditions get along. And not just get along, actually embrace the diversity of all and really love the fact that we have so many different traditions here. I think it's just going to be an incredible experience. And we're really happy to be able to do this with the Kailua High School team.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kum Suza and students. That was just wonderful. I had the privilege and honor to hear His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, yesterday speaking to thousands at the Stan Sheriff Center on advancing peace through the power of aloha. It seemed he was speaking not to thousands, but directly to me. His message of compassion is powerful and personal. It is with great humility and honor that I introduce you to you, His Holiness, the Dalai Lama.
Today, I prefer, at the beginning, I speak a short sort of speech. Then I prefer, you see, the more interaction with students and then also the teachers. At present, we must make every effort, the future more happy one. Happy one means violence always brings suffering. So, the happier future means peaceful, non-violence. Non-violence, peaceful, ultimately related with our mind. Not here intelligence, but sometimes intelligence also become contributor for violence, disaster. So here mainly related with here, compassion, sense of responsibility. So intelligence alone, no guarantee whether it can be constructive or destructive. And the individual happiness also, intelligence or education alone, no guarantee whether bring inner peace or more frustration, more anxiety. No guarantee. So the warm-heartedness is the key factor. But at the same time, warm-heartedness or compassion with human intelligence, then you see that compassion can be very, very realistic. So happy future, happy world can achieve only through combination of wisdom and warm-heartedness. So I'm very happy you are sort of taking special sort of effort or interest about
compassion.
Compassion.
You have compassion programs. As long as I appreciate it.
That's wonderful. Very good. So, very happy this opportunity. Thank you. Now questions.
Question.
Aloha, Your Holiness. Our students are really excited and honored for the opportunity to ask questions and about what they've been wondering about and get your responses. Kailua High School students have a reputation of being philosophers, and the questions that you're going to get today are really an invitation for you to join our inquiry that's been going on at this school for the last several years. So we want you to become part of the discussion that's been going on. So Caitlin, would you have the honor of starting and initiating this inquiry with His Holiness?
Good morning, Your Holiness. Thank you for coming to our school and sharing with us your insights on compassion and happiness. My name is Caitlin Hooker. I'm in the 12th grade. And the question we would like to ask you is, if we have all these reasons to be good people, reasons to have compassion, patience, and love, then why is it so hard to be a good person?
The negative sort of emotion, very much part of our mind. Sometimes you see our effort almost appears we are against nature, right?
No.
Like that. Now, for example, anger. It's a biological factor. Some harming, some danger about coming. Then in order to defend yourself, anger comes. Anger provides you more boldness, more willpower, and more energy. But harmful. So therefore, unlike animal, we use our intelligence, then deliberately try to minimize these destructive emotions. So not easy. But, you see, it is not impossible, but possible. Can change, right?
No.
Can change. Some sense? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, next question.
Next question.
In this time of political unrest, leaders around the world promote many things. However, many haven't taken action to fulfill their promises. Can words be taken seriously?
So it is quite sad. I think world, everywhere, every sort of leader always say peace, peace, peace. And when you see there's certain things you see happen, then no concern about peace, just to use violence. That's why future is important. And we must make preparation now to create better sort of society where think, talk more about inner value. Then automatically the more compassionate mind respect others' right, serious sort of concern about others' well-being. Then there is no basis to tell lie, to cheat, to bully. Respect others. So then, honest, truthful comes. Then meantime, transparency automatically comes.
Is too much compassion dangerous because it makes us vulnerable? For example, if I gave a homeless person money, but he attacked me because I refused to give him more, then my unbiased compassion make me vulnerable.
Forgiveness, tolerance does not mean you accept others' wrongdoing. Forgiveness means because of their wrongdoing, you develop some kind of anger, hatred, ill feeling towards that person. That should not develop. That is the meaning of forgiveness. Mental level, emotional level should not develop negative feeling. And action level, you must take appropriate action. Then, if you let do continuously, then long run, harmful for that person. So if you let that harmful action, it's actually lack of sense of concern of their well-being. So therefore, person who doing wrong thing, you must act to stop that, if possible, but keep compassion towards that actor. Clear? The simple answer is, if the other sort of wrongdoing,
No.
or take sort of the advantage
Of you, no.
of your sort of general humbleness, take advantage, then must react. Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to thank His Holiness for visiting Kailua High School today to share about building peace on a foundation of aloha. I would also like to thank the Pillars of Peace program organizers and donors for the big part they played in allowing this great event to happen. Well done. At this time, I would like to ask two students to present the school gift to His Holiness, a peace quilt designed and made by the students of Kailua High School.
Some explanation. Peaceful, okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I want to congratulate Kailua High School and the students there. Really, this visit by His Holiness is a testament to the hard work that they've done and to the incredible values that the school embodies through their everyday life. To inspire people in Hawaii to take action, to be deliberate and purposeful about preserving the spirit of aloha, about preserving the civility and the compassion and the tolerance we have for each other and our differences here in the islands.